Hey everybody, Don Wettrick.
Jamal Crook.
We're here with StartEdUp. We want to have basically a lot of vlogs asking you for some feedback and opinion. But one of the things we want to start off first was, how do you create a culture of innovation? Oftentimes what we see in a lot of our schools, we put an obsession on grades, we would put a premium on compliance. But what does innovation mean to your school?
Right, and I think part of building a culture of innovation, or building any culture for that matter, you have to say things a lot. And I think we forget that we have to be patient with our students and also have a message that is repeatable every day. What are you telling your kids every day? And then what are you doing every day to support what it is, or the vision of the culture? One
of the things that Jamal and I really have zoned in on is that what are we preparing our students for?
Right.
We have seen time and time again, and the data already suggests that people that chase grades, the future isn't as bright. Plus, with how fast things are moving, with automation, Internet of Things, the world is rapidly changing. Are we rapidly changing with them? And it's that culture of innovation that we feel that you have to do first. And you have to have these crucial conversations with your students of, what does the future look like with us? What are some of the things that you're interested in? What are the things you're passionate in? One of the differences we've seen, though, is between what Jamal's doing and what I'm doing.
Right.
In my class, we kind of already have a culture. It was slow to develop at first. But Jamal, tell me about the differences in your school culture.
Well, so let's say we had to do the same exact thing in building a culture. Like when I asked one of his students, I said, how much did he talk every day about the same things? It was like, dude, he talked all the time. He repeated the same things over and over and over. Whereas I'm a more systematic steps guy. I just plan 10 minutes of every class to talk about what it is that we're doing, why we are doing it, and the benefits of it. Every day, 10 minutes for the first year. I built that, and I have the luxury of my students kind of rolling with me, and you have that luxury too. But even if you don't, you take those. I mean, take the first year, or whenever you're trying to implement a culture, and you just repeat those things, whatever's important to you. You know,
right? And there's no doubt that in my class we had small discussions daily, really holding ourselves accountable. What does innovation mean? We'd like take a look at trends. But everything you've just said kept pointing us back to the culture, the culture, the culture. It was important to us that we take a look at things that were on the horizon, things that were coming up. And I've seen too many times, and you've talked about this, that a lot of your students at first were more convinced that, you know, what's going to be the grade and how are we going to be assessed, as opposed to what am I passionate about.
Right. It was kind of like the first day I felt like a chef, and we were going to bake bread, and we put the bread in the oven and it burnt up because we really didn't have an idea of what it is that we wanted to do and who we were. So we first had to define who we were and what we wanted to do within our class. In my class, we decided to just focus on the issues that really revolved around the school and how we could build ourselves up, and then we focused on ideas to income. Whereas, Don, what did you guys focus on?
Passion and where your interests may lie, or in finding things out, failing fast. I mean, we definitely adapted a Silicon Valley kind of culture fast.
Right. So you see the differences. And here's the thing with innovation. Like, it looks different everywhere you go. Like, you have to be okay not having closure. Like, there is no closure. Like, how do you give a kid a grade?
And also you have to let them have some ownership over this, because and everything we keep talking about, these crucial conversations with them at first, you know, what is the point of school? Why are you here? That is the most fundamental one. What don't you like about normal classes?
Right.
What would you like to be? And the thing I usually start off with every year when students are asking, should I take this class? I said, if I gave you a time and a day every day to work on something that you've always wanted to work on, what would you work on? And if they look at me and go, better grades, they're not. they haven't got the mindset yet. And we want to work with that. And so that's why we're asking you. Basically, what does a culture of innovation mean to you?
Right.
How do you create that? Ask yourself these crucial questions. Why are you teaching what you're teaching, and can you make it more innovative? So we'd love to see some of your feedback. We'd love to see the comments. We'd love for you to share, because ultimately what we're doing is we're bridging here.
Yeah.
Like Jamal teaches in another state as I do, and another definitely a culture than I do.
Title I.
But it doesn't matter.
Right.
The culture of innovation is the things moving things forward. And we're trying to build a community. Without a doubt, we're trying to build a community so we can start sharing best practices,
right,
but also have collaborative experiences where Jamal's students can work with your students, can work with my students.
Right.
That's what we're aiming for here. So again, also, I'm probably posting this from my own personal account, but go right now. It's in the link below. Go to our Facebook page, StartEdUp. There on Facebook, and we would love, if you've already dialogued with us, you know that we get back to you. We love the dialogue. We want to see if you're all in.
Right. I'm all in. Are you?
We'll see you video 2.